God's advice today. God is sending many signs, but it seems like you are ignoring all of them. So please do not ignore this video, as it is a message from God's heart to bless your life today. Before we continue, please leave your like so that more people can be reached by this message, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive more videos like this. Don't ignore this video and stay until the end. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and the second best manifestation offer in the world. God said, "My beloved son, listen carefully to these words, for you have not arrived here by chance, nor by coincidence, nor because someone simply decided to share something with you. I myself have guided your steps to this moment, because I had already determined in my heart that today would be a day of encounter between us. I brought you here so that you may know that your weariness is not hidden from me, that your tears are not invisible to me, and that your deepest silences do not go unnoticed before me. Do you feel ready for a profound change in your life and in the lives of those you love? Sometimes, all we need is a small step of faith to open the doors to abundance, peace, and blessings that I have already reserved for you. A simple 1-minute prayer can be the beginning of a spiritual journey that transforms your inner world and reflects outwardly. If you desire to attract more light, balance, and prosperity, both spiritual and material, click the link pinned in the first comment. There, you will find a simple, lovingly guided practice that can help you connect more deeply with my presence in your life. I know that often you have believed you were walking alone, but from the very beginning, I have been by your side, even when you did not feel me, even when your eyes were clouded by the pains of life, and I want you to understand that nothing you have gone through escaped my gaze of love. When your heart tightened amid losses, I was sustaining your soul. When you thought of giving up, it was I who silently lifted you. As it is written, "And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age," Matthew chapter 28 verse 20, so I reaffirm today that I will neither leave you nor forsake you, because you are my beloved child. Everything you have lived until now has not been in vain. Every tear you shed will be transformed into harvest, and every pain you carried will become testimony. I am your refuge, your fortress, and your hope, and I will never allow darkness to define your future, for my plans for you are of life and victory. Comment, I trust in God, He sees and cares for my heart. I know the burdens you carry, many of which are not yours, yet you took them on out of love for others because your heart is generous and sensitive to the suffering of those around you. I also know the guilt you still hold in the silence of your soul, even after you have already been forgiven, and I know that sometimes you question whether you truly deserve to move forward. Listen carefully, I do not see you through your mistakes, but through the blood that has already been shed for you, blood that speaks louder than any accusation or condemnation. I do not define you by what you have done wrong, but by the eternal purpose I established for your life even before you were born. Before I formed you in the womb I knew you, before you were born I set you apart, Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. Just as I chose Jeremiah before he was even aware of his own existence, I also chose and set you apart for something far greater than you can comprehend now. You are not the result of chance or circumstances, you are the result of an eternal plan already written in my heart, and what I have prepared for you is far greater than you imagine. Therefore, do not cling to the past or your limitations, because when I decide to lift someone, no force can prevent it. You are mine, you are loved, you are chosen, and within you lies a future of hope and victory. Comment, every challenge brings growth. I believe in my future. I know that often you have sought answers and believed the heavens were silent, but let me reveal to you, I have never stopped hearing your prayers, and none of them fell into emptiness, because every word that left your mouth reached my throne as a pleasing incense. Every tear that fell from your eyes, every sigh burdened with pain, and every silent thought your heart could not express in words were recorded before me. This poor man called, and the Lord heard him and saved him from all his troubles. Psalm 34 verse 6. Therefore, do not think I was absent when your heart bled, because I was there, sustaining you when you no longer had the strength to continue. Even if you believe I spoke little, in truth I was already answering through subtle paths, through small signs and details that your eyes could not yet perceive. Often you waited for a grand, supernatural response, but I chose to speak to you in simplicity because I wanted to train your spiritual eyes to recognize my presence in everything. Nothing you have experienced went unnoticed, and even in moments of greatest silence, I was already working in your favor. Today I say to you, do not doubt my faithfulness, because I am with you and will continue to guide your steps until you see the fulfillment of the promise I have prepared for you. Comment: my pain is not eternal, God brings relief. Many believe that delay is an empty silence, but in truth, it carries the power of transformation. When I allow you to wait, it is not because I have forgotten you, but because I am attending to every detail invisible to your eyes. I do not rush processes that need to mature because I know that a fruit picked too early loses its flavor and does not yield fullness. There are cycles that must be respected, seasons that must be experienced, and lessons that only bloom when you are not in a hurry to finish. I teach you to trust not only the outcome but the walk with me. Waiting is not punishment, it is refinement. It is not forgetfulness, it is proof of love. I prepare your heart to sustain what is coming because I do not want you to receive only a fleeting blessing, but an eternal inheritance. Every minute you believe that nothing is happening, I am moving pieces that your eyes cannot see, pieces that will transform your life completely. Comment: waiting on God is never a waste of time, it is preparation. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-seated beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It had a profound impact on my life, and we would like to invite you to explore this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you would like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. Son, understand that what seems to you like the end is, in truth, the beginning of something new. When doors close before you, it is not to humiliate you, but to redirect you to the path I have perfectly designed. I know that many times your vision is limited to the difficulties you face, but I want you to learn to see beyond what your eyes perceive. I place opportunities before you that no one can prevent, and when I open a door, no human or spiritual force can close it. Behold, I have set before you an open door, which no one can shut. Revelation chapter 3 verse 8. If a path has been blocked, it is because it was not safe for you. If something did not advance, it is because it was not the right time or direction. I do not deny you promises. I keep them until the exact moment your heart is ready to receive and cherish them. Everything that seems like limitation today will be remembered tomorrow as the starting point for a miracle that exceeds your thoughts. Comment: every closed door is God's hand guiding me to the right one. My son, remember that there is no forgetting in my heart. I am not a man to fail, nor a creature to be distracted from you. My attention does not waver, and my eyes do not turn away from your path. When you feel lonely and believe you have been abandoned, I want you to recall my eternal promises. Can a woman forget her nursing child, that she should have no compassion on the son of her womb? Even these may forget, yet I will not forget you. Isaiah chapter 49 verse 15. This word stands firm like a rock, and upon it, I sustain your life. You are not invisible, you are not forgotten, you are not rejected. On the contrary, you are loved with an everlasting love, cared for with diligence, and held by mighty hands. Every tear of yours is precious to me, and every prayer, even the silent ones, rises as incense before me. Even if everyone around you forgets you, I will never cease to think of your future, to plan peace and not harm, to keep hope alive within you. Never doubt my care, for it is constant, faithful, and unshakable. Comment: God never forgets me, even when I feel alone. My beloved son, the struggles you face are deeper than you think. It is not only about visible problems but spiritual battles that try to shake your faith, steal your joy, and paralyze your walk. Yet do not be afraid, for I am your shield and your protector. The opposing forces hold no greater power than my presence in your life. Greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. 1 John chapter 4 verse 4. This truth is your fortress and your security. You are not at the mercy of the storms, for I fight for you myself. I send angels to surround you, command deliverances you cannot even imagine, and prepare victories already decreed before the battle even begins. Nothing can defeat you if you remain in me, for I have already overcome the world and share my victory with you. Even when the winds blow fiercely, remember, you are protected under the shadow of my wings, and no evil can prevail against you. Comment: God is my shield, nothing can bring me down. My dear son, I know that many times your soul feels weary and your desire is to give up. I know you have thought about abandoning your dreams and your prayers because you have not seen quick changes. But I want you to know, there is no obstacle greater than my power. There is no circumstance I cannot turn into a testimony. When you reach your limit and believe you can bear no more, it is at that point that my power is revealed in the most magnificent way. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Philippians chapter 4 verse 13. You will not walk in your own strength, but in mine. You will not live by your limitations, but by my grace. Each weakness of yours is fertile ground for my strength to manifest abundantly. Do not look at what you cannot do, but at the one who dwells in you and can accomplish all things. I did not create you for defeat, but for victory. I did not call you to be overcome, but to be a living testimony of my faithfulness. Comment: in my weakness, God's strength is revealed. My beloved son, open your heart and let the peace that comes from me flood your life. Many times you carry burdens that no longer belong to you, guilt that has already been washed away, pains that I have already healed, and fears that I have already destroyed. I do not want you to remain bound to the past when I have already set a future of hope before you. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7. You are not alone in your worries, for I myself care for every detail that troubles you. When you surrender into my hands, you find true rest. You do not need to resolve everything by your own strength, because I have already established paths and provisions that you have not yet seen. What lies ahead is greater than what you have left behind. My love covers your faults, my grace renews your strength, and my peace guards your heart amid afflictions. Trust, for what I prepare is perfect, and no one can take it away. Comment, my anxiety belongs to God, He takes care of me. I want you to understand that this is not the end of your story. What today seems uncertain is only the prelude to a new season that I myself am inaugurating in your life. I did not bring you this far to abandon you, but to show that my promises are faithful and true. Being confident of this very thing, that He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians chapter 1 verse 6. I am not a God of abandonments, but of perfect completions. What I have begun in you will be carried to the end, for my word does not return void. Lift your head, for your future is already in my hands, and there is no place for defeat in it. Everything I have prepared is greater than your dreams, more abundant than your expectations, and more glorious than your imagination. Today begins a new chapter, in which you will experience my power, my grace, and my love in ways you have never imagined. I know that many times you look at your life and see only problems, closed doors, and blocked paths. Your soul grows weary, and your mind keeps telling you that it's too late, that the opportunities are gone, and that nothing can change. But I want you to know that my plans do not depend on what your eyes see or on the words others may speak. My perspective is different from yours, my child. While your eyes see limits, I see infinite possibilities. While you feel fear, I feel confidence in you. For I am the God who writes the story of your life, and every chapter yet to be revealed is already outlined in my heart. Nothing escapes my knowledge, and nothing evades my power. I know every tear you have shed, every sigh of pain, and every moment you thought of giving up. And it is precisely in these moments, when everything seems lost, that my presence manifests most gloriously. What today seems like a dead end will tomorrow become the path leading you to the victory I have prepared especially for you. Do not be guided by what you see, for your eyes are limited, but trust in me, who is infinite. Comment, I trust in God's love, He is my refuge. My beloved child, remember my words in Isaiah chapter 55 verses 8 and 9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. I see beyond what you can comprehend. I know that often you look at your life and think time has passed, that the opportunity is lost, that everything is irreversibly gone. But for me, my child, it is never too late. What seems impossible to your eyes, I can make possible. What seems dead, I can revive. What seems lost, I can restore. I am the Lord of time, and my timing is perfect. What you judged as the end is, for me, only the beginning. I create paths where none exist, open doors that seemed closed, and transform every difficulty into an opportunity for growth. Even when you don't understand, even when everything seems confusing and meaningless, I am orchestrating everything for your good. My beloved child, remember what is written in Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Every situation that frightens you today, every challenge that seems insurmountable, is under my control. I know your thoughts, your fears, and your deepest desires. I know that many times you look around and see only closed doors, unsolvable problems, and a void that seems endless. But I want you to know, even when you think everything is lost, I have already prepared the next step. You don't need to know the whole path, just trust that I have already paved a safe way for you. While your mind is consumed by worries, I am organizing everything that is yet to come. Your human eyes only see chaos, but I see the hidden purpose behind every situation. I am the God of the impossible, the one who turns dark nights into mornings of light, defeats into victories, and pain into triumph. When you think everything is over, I am only beginning to act. Comment, I trust in God's purpose, even without understanding everything now. My child, I know your mind insists that it's too late, that you've missed all opportunities, that nothing can change. But I tell you, there is still time. There is always time. What I have determined for your life will happen, and one day you will look back and understand that my timing never fails, that my work in your life has been in motion since before you were born. I make rivers flow in the desert, give life to what was dead, and transform what seemed impossible into reality. Every delay, every difficulty, every challenge you have faced is part of a greater plan, carefully designed by me. When the world says there is no solution, I am creating the way out. When your eyes see closed doors, I have already opened the invisible path. Trust me, even when you don't understand. Remember that I was with you in your hardest moments, even when you didn't feel me. I lifted you, protected you, and prepared you for places you never imagined existed. You don't need to understand everything now, just trust, for I have everything under control. My beloved child, remember the great works I performed in the past for my people. When the sea seemed impassable, I parted it and made a safe path. When the walls of Jericho seemed invincible, I brought them down. If I did that in the past, do not doubt that I will do something even greater in your life. Even if you cannot see the way out now, I have already planned every detail. Every moment of uncertainty, every tear shed, every difficulty faced is part of a larger plan that only I can fully understand. I am your guide, your fortress, and your answer. Nothing that seems lost will remain so forever. What today causes you anguish and limits you will tomorrow become your greatest testimony of faith and victory. I have already decided to act on your behalf, and my plan is good, perfect, and far greater than your human mind could imagine. Comment, my trust is in God, who turns pain into victory. When you reach your limit and believe you can bear no more, it is at that point that my power is revealed in the most magnificent way. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Philippians chapter 4 verse 13. You will not walk in your own strength, but in mine. You will not live by your limitations, but by my grace. Each weakness of yours is fertile ground for my strength to manifest abundantly. Do not look at what you cannot do, but at the one who dwells in you and can accomplish all things. I did not create you for defeat, but for victory. I did not call you to be overcome, but to be a living testimony of my faithfulness. Understand that my promises are eternal and perfect, and nothing can prevent them from being fulfilled. You may feel that my plans take too long to manifest or that the winds of doubt blow against you, but remember, my timing does not follow your impatience, and my words never return empty. Remember Abraham, who believed even when everything seemed impossible and saw my promises fulfilled at the right time. So it will be with you. Every promise I made to you is sealed in heaven, and no force can undo what has already been decreed for your life. I work silently, moving what needs to be moved, preparing your path, and ensuring that, at the exact moment, everything will be revealed as it should. Trust, my child, for my love is unchanging, my word is faithful, and my promises are forever. Comment, I trust in God's promises, He never fails. Beloved child, I know that sometimes it feels like nothing changes, that you remain in the same place, that the waiting is too long. But remember, what you do not see is that I am acting invisibly, building a future full of hope and victory. Every difficulty, every pain, every tear you shed is being used to prepare something greater, something your eyes cannot yet perceive. What now troubles you is the beginning of a story I wrote with love and care, and everything will unfold at the perfect time. Do not allow anxiety to steal your peace, for victory is already assured. Keep your heart firm and your faith intact, knowing that I am with you and that nothing can thwart my plans for you. Comment, my hope is in God, He prepares everything for my good. Finally, my child, I want you to keep this in your heart. What seems like delay is only preparation, what seems like silence is work behind the scenes, and what seems like abandonment is love in action. Do not let your limited mind doubt my faithfulness, for I see the whole and know exactly what is best for you. When you look back, you will realize that every moment had meaning, every challenge was necessary, and every waiting period bore fruit beyond your imagination. Trust, for I am always with you, guiding, strengthening, protecting, and preparing you for the abundant life I promised. Do not fear the present or despair for the future, everything is under my control. With every step, every struggle, every dream, I am by your side. And always remember, my faithfulness is eternal, my love is unconditional, and my promises never fail. With love, God. Hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.